probably time to go. This is an adult show, yeah, this is an adult show. And if you ain't one of them, it's probably time to go.
Probably time to go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to be here. This TDAU Live, episode 12, Insane Border Bill, Civil War, Tucker, and Woke Kindergarten. That's right. I apologize. I had a guest booked. I promise. Next week will be our Valentine's Day episode. Hoping that either Pierre or GW will be on with me. Should be great. The following week, we'll have a paranormal investigator, and I'm really stoked about that. Tonight was supposed to be Miss Gina Diamond, and unfortunately she couldn't make it. I'm dealing with some family stuff, and I swear, sometimes booking stuff feels like you're herding cats. It's just like it's like trying to organize just a mass group of people is so difficult, and well, especially when they're not like on your payroll. It'd be much easier if I was independently wealthy and I could just hire everyone under contracts, and then they'd have to show up when I told them to, or else they'd lose out on their free money. Anyways, a lot going on this week. We got a lot to talk about. Obviously, migration shit going down south and that whole update. We got fun stories from Connecticut about a tampon dispenser in the boys' bathroom that was ripped down in 20 minutes. We got some Joe Biden talking about stuff. Al Sharpton finally calling an invasion. And we're going to, of course, talk about the insane border bill. Tucker Carlson, who is being called out left and right for going to Russia and doing journalism by interviewing Putin. Although I don't believe anything Putin would say would be honest anyways. But it is fascinating that people have been awarded awards for interviewing people who we're actually in conflict with, and feels like the media is saying the quiet part out loud that we are at war with Russia, even though supposedly that's not a thing. That's just crazy conspiracy talk, Hickory. You should get the tinfoil hat from Decoy Voice. Anyways, we got a lot to get into, and then hopefully I can wrap through that stuff quickly, because GW Foley has released some new videos, and I want to do some live reactions to GW's content that's been uploaded. There's a couple we got to check out, but without further ado, thank you guys for joining me. This is TDAU. Let's go.
Yeah, back, baby.
Are you saying you want to show me your tits?
This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of a punk, and then all his friends left him, and now he's here alone. This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of punk. Now he's here doing the drunken, underwhelming live show.
This is a weird show.
Drunken, underwhelming live show. Drunken, underwhelming live show. Drunken, underwhelming live show.
Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's, of course, episode 12, Insane Border Bill, Civil War, Tucker, and Woke Kindergarten. And the media's been going nuts. We've had a switch, it seems, in the past 2 weeks. I didn't really get into it. Shout out to Mona Lotz, who was on the program last week. Absolutely phenomenal interview. Very cool drag queen from Ohio. And yeah, I'm interested in getting different perspectives and different people on the channel to sit down and have a chat. And hopefully they lead to further chats that get into deeper topics. But it's fun to do an interview style conversation, and I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. And let me know if you have somebody you want on the show. Leave me a comment. Let me know, or reach out to them and tell them to reach out to me, because sometimes you guys have way more pull with a person who you're a member of their audience than I ever would, and they would actually listen to you over me just blindly emailing them and being like, why is there a drunk magician in my chats? This doesn't make any sense. Further, this Saturday I'll be out live. I'm excited. Saturday I should do better diligence and actually like pull up flyers on this type of stuff when I plug stuff like this. But yeah, Friday I'm pretty stoked. Let me just pull up Hickory's page. Oh, look at that. Yep, there I am, just talking away live. I'm actually going to pull that up. We'll have like a weird loop going on. Yeah, here we go. Share that. Yeah, I'm right there. That's fun. Close that. But yeah, no, we're having a time. Anyways, Yeah, a winter showcase. This is let me hide that. Yeah, King Harvest Productions, a winter music showcase featuring the Laurie Goldsmith Project, the Subvinians Soul Review featuring the East Side Horns, the Freeze Brothers, and their record release party. It includes my brother RJ, not actually my brother, but a very good friend, and I'm stoked. And then Eliza Meeker is doing a Lato sword demonstration, which I have no idea what that is, and I'm stoked to be there to see it. MC'd by Hickory the Drunk. That's right. HickoryTDAU will be there hosting this whole thing, MCing it. Drinks by the Ottaquiche Yacht Club. Saturday, February 10th, 7:30 to 10, 21 and up. Doors at 7 p.m. Show starts at 7:30. And yeah, tickets are selling out, man. There's a lot of people going to this thing, and I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be an absolute blasty blast. Yeah, very much looking forward to having an awesome time on that. So yeah, pretty stoked to be a part of it. I also did a guest gig bartending last night because my sister may or may not be having her second child right now, and yeah, that's the thing. Oh, this is also coming up. This is in March 15th, 16th, right there. Boom. With the links in the post. You want to get tickets? Yeah. Friday night. Both nights are hosted by GW Foley and DJ'd by DJ Vulture. I, of course, will be there both nights, and a few of the other Hickory Entertainment cast members will be there as well, obviously, including G-Dubs, who's a common crossover. But we'll be, yeah, Kyle Hickory might be there. There's a performance Friday night by MC Molasses, Saturday by Uncle Dad. So that's going to be exciting. Uncle Dad acoustic, of course. There'll be burlesque performances. Friday night, we got Silas coming out. He's our music guest, doing a little acoustic folk, hip-hop, rock kind of thing going on. And then Matt Vita, a very good friend and producer from New York City, will be there for the Friday show. Saturday night, our musical guest is Vast and Slade. Now, these boys are sick, and shout out to Vast Verbal and Joss Slade. They're doing awesome things right now. They just opened for Max Lethal recently. Yeah, and they've been opening for a lot of really cool larger name artists lately, and they got a lot going on, and it's fucking awesome to see these boys book these awesome shows. And yeah, that's why MC Molasses isn't there that night, and it's kind of like switched. Like Uncle Dad acoustic will be on the night where there's a hip-hop guest, and then MC Molasses will be when there's like an acoustic guest, and that way there's more variety, and it's not like folk night and hip-hop night. And then King Shot Mecha Blaze will be down from Burlington. Awesome comic out of Burlington coming down, and I can't wait to hear him say some offensive shit on our stage, because yeah, it's kind of what Mecha does, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, let's get right into it. Let me the right one. Oh, no, we need to see. This is actually pretty funny. I'll give props to AOC because she called out the GOP. And yeah, absolutely hysterical because she's not wrong. These fucking people do nothing. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez sums up what her GOP colleagues are good for in one blunt tweet. She said, from Stephen Newcomb said, message from senior GOP aide, if we lose the Israel vote after losing Mayorkas impeachment, vacate. AOC said, would certainly take the pressure off them scrambling to find new post offices to rename each week, since that's the only thing they can seem to get votes for. Yeah, because we're that dysfunctional. And everybody thinks it's fine. Like, no, it's that bad. Like, that's the only thing that gets passed. I mean, I guess the good thing, if they're only renaming post offices, it means that they're not, they're not spending more of our money. But as the border bill went, of course, that was they wanted to spend a lot of our money on a lot of shit that didn't matter. Bills to rename post office typically very easy to pass and account for a substantial fraction of the laws each Congress approves. Current Congress, led in the House by a deeply divided Republican majority that ousted its own speaker in October, has proved to be the least productive since the Great Depression. It just passed 21 laws last year, struggled to accomplish bare minimum tasks like keeping the government open. Although I would say that that's a minor victory too. We're passing less laws, so that's great. Because these people are just passing gross negligent bullshit. A stunning defeat on Tuesday, House Speaker Mike Johnson, our Republican in Louisiana, Push to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas failed after some Republicans joined Democrats in opposing it, which they should have, because he's the Homeland Security Secretary, and yeah, there's all sorts of people that have come up from the southern border this year, and that's a huge security flaw. Minutes later, another setback for Republican leaders: a bill to provide U.S. aid to Israel was defeated. Oh no. And earlier Tuesday, Senate Republicans killed a border security package the party had demanded for months. Except we'll get into that shortly. Let's see. The border Ukraine package. At least the HuffPost had the balls to call it the border Ukraine package, because this thing was a border Ukraine Israel package. They plan to filibuster bipartisan legislation. This was from when was this? Shit. 5th, so 2 days ago. Donald Trump urged them to kill it, as which they should have, because it was egregious and stupid. Many are up in arms about the proposal. Top Senate Republicans emerged from a heated closed-door meeting and said they needed more time to review the agreement, suggesting that a scheduled Wednesday vote to advance the bill is all but doomed to fail. It's a very real concern there hasn't been adequate time. And I think Wednesday vote is going to be, for most of our members, too early. Senate Minority Whip John Thune told reports on Monday. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, or Turtle Man, also recommended to his members at meeting that they should vote to block the package from moving forward, according to Punchbowl News. I think that's because it went out and it went so viral so fast about how much garbage was in this. And it was not, don't be fooled, people. Go read a few pages of it. This was not a border security bill. It's clear, though, that most Republicans have no interest in drawing out a debate which has sharply divided their party even further, and they badly want to move on, even though they were the ones who initially demanded linking border policy changes with the passage of aid to Ukraine. Yeah, that's just so they could get the DNC to vote on something for the package, and then the proposal was insane. More time isn't going to change anything, and many in the GOP would like to keep the border issue alive so they can hammer Democrats over immigration policy in November presidential election, which is... No, if it could be solved right now, but the bill would not solve it. It just literally codified open borders. Just gobsmacked. Brian Schatz, why he said on Monday, I've never seen anything like it. They literally demanded specific policy, got it, and then killed it. Yes, but they didn't demand the policy that, like, it was, it was, I love how people are just so dishonest and still calling this like a border security package. Let's boom. Let's see if we can find the actual bill. They are still going to vote on Ukraine and Israel without the border part. Yeah, it was 110 billion. Let's see. It's 3 days. Let's see what Reuters has to say about it. See if they, yeah. Only 20 of it was for the border. Most of it was, a bunch of it was for NGOs. Speaker Mike Johnson declared it dead on arrival when it reaches chambers. The bill is even worse than we expected and won't come close to ending the border catastrophe the president has created, he said in a statement on X. Democrat, Republican Senate backers the wide-ranging U.S. border security and foreign military aid pledge package to push ahead, despite the opposition by Donald Trump as well. Senate Majority Chuck Schumer said he would take steps to hold an initial vote on the bill Wednesday. Some Democrats are angry the measures does nothing to provide a pathway to citizenship for the 11 million undocumented people who've lived in the U.S. for many years, including dreamer immigrants who were brought in as children. Independent Senator Kristen Sinema told supporters the legislation would secure the U.S. southern border, including by requiring the Department of Homeland Security to temporarily shut down the frontier most migrants if there is an average of more than 5,000 crossings attempts over 7 days, which would be like 1.8 million people. It also didn't include, it was bad. It also put all the judicial stuff into DC court, which would just take forever and continue to push insanity. In addition to the $20.23 billion for border security, the bill included $60 billion to support Ukraine in its war with Russia, $14.1 billion in security assistance for Israel, $2.4 billion to U.S. Central Command conflict in the Red Sea, and $4.83 billion to support U.S. partners in the Indo-Pacific facing aggression from China. Additional $10 billion would provide humanitarian assistance for civilians in conflict zones, including Ukraine, Gaza, and the West Bank. Although the bill includes a provision barring its funds from going to the UN Agency for Palestinians, UNRWA, Biden administration and other nations have paused funding the agency over allegations that its staff were involved in the Hamas attacks. Prior to the bill, this is too important to ignore, too vital to allow politics to get in the way. Even though we don't need to do anything, considering the only reason the border's like this is because Biden put in a bunch of executive orders, so he could very clearly, like, this whole thing was just a bunch of scumbag politicians trying to accrue more power, and the fact that more people don't see through it, considering the only thing that changed on the immigration front is Biden overturning a bunch of executive orders that Trump had in and putting new ones in, and basically encouraging people to come here. As he said, quote, "We need a border surge" during the debates. Let's not forget that. Bunch of boys in Connecticut were mad lads. New state mandated tampon dispenser in Connecticut high school boys' bathroom ripped down in just 20 minutes, says the principal. A state mandated tampon dispenser inside a boys' bathroom at Connecticut high school was ripped down 20 minutes after it was installed this month, according to the building's disgusted principal. Spencer was placed in the Brookfield High School boys' bathroom at 9:30 a.m. last Wednesday, but by 9:52, it was torn from the wall, leaving tampons littering the floor. School's principal, Mark Belanda, said in an email to students and staff obtained by CT Insider report. The fixture was put in the bathroom as part of a new state law that mandates each school must provide free menstrual products in women's restrooms, all gender restrooms, and at least a single men's bathroom. I am aware that the law says men's bathroom, but the actions today that led to vandalism and destruction of property that were the work of immature boys, not men, Belanda said. Yeah. I mean, they're fucking high school kids, dude. Immature, you call them, yes, but you also think that they can make life-altering decisions on their own because they're immature, but they're not that immature. They know what they want, right? Yeah, there have been other instances of vandalism in recent weeks in the boys' bathrooms, including tearing down soap dispensers and stuffing objects on toilets. But he found this the most egregious case, because traditional vandalism's not too bad until you start to fuck with the state's weird laws that require tampons in the boys' bathroom. State mandate was put in place so transgender and intersex students, all two of them in the U.S., I'm sure. Intersex, I mean, there's plenty of trans students, would have menstrual products available if needed. Or we could go the old school route and you could carry them with you like an adult, like we used to do. They weren't just freely available. I don't know. Having open dialogue in the school community can help everyone understand the law, ensure a school environment where everyone's respected and all the students are supported. State education officials aren't aware of any similar instances, but they sure talked about this one a lot because it was newsworthy, I guess. Yeah. Interesting times we do live in, my friends. Interesting times. Like, interesting the point that we literally have a program called Woke Kindergarten. The teachers have called for the destruction of America. We've been trying to end y'all. Yeah, no, there's video of that being said too. Maybe not the end y'all part. I didn't see that. But Sean over at Actual Justice Warrior did a great breakdown of this whole thing. And according to the website, the head of the organization is Akia, or Kai Gross, they, them, who is an abolitionist early educator, cultural organizer, and creator currently innovating ways to resist, heal, liberate, and create within their pedagogy. Woke kindergarten. I believe that the United States has no right to it. This is a quote, just to be clear. I believe the United States has no right to exist. I believe every other settler comedy. This is comedy. I believe every other settler colony who has committed genocide against Native peoples, against Indigenous people, have no right to exist, including the Indigenous people that committed genocide against other Indigenous people. Like, what do you? Gross said in a recent Instagram post, "Y'all, the demons, y'all are the villains. We've been trying to end y'all. Get free of y'all. Like, you're welcome to leave, homie. Like, there's nobody keeping you here." But instead, no, you're making a paycheck based on taxpayer money. Because that's how bad America is even the people who fucking hate it won't leave. I believe in a free Palestine from the river to the sea, Gross continued. Because, yeah, she would like to exterminate Israel. Gross's curriculum. I'm sorry that they would like to. Gross curriculum materials have been used in numerous schools. Woke Kindergarten is described on its website as supporting children, families, educators. That's bullshit. It'll support families. By families, they mean single parents. Educators and organizations in their commitment to abolitionist early education and pro-black and queer and trans liberation. Because that's not a mouthful. Another post from January, Gross reiterated their stance on America. When I think about the world free of state violence, I think about a world free of the U.S. empire. I think about a world free of Israel. Yeah, even though we have to use violence to get there, right? Is the point? That's like, well, kindergarten leader also called for schools to be abolished because that seems like the person you should hire to run the schools. I mean, although it's not a bad idea, we'd probably be better off homeschooling everybody at this point. It's fucking depressing. I think about land back to indigenous peoples globally. I think of the fact we would not have to participate in these systems because none of these systems would exist. That means kids wouldn't have to go to school because the world would ultimately be their classroom. Yeah, and we'd still be living in huts, and we wouldn't have any of the technology that you use to write your drivel nonsense and force it down the throats of children. But let's see how it's going. Less than 12% of the students can read at their grade level, and under 4% are proficient in math. A 4% drop in both subjects in the last few years, according to the Chronicle. Yeah, apparently Woke Kindergarten is doing super well. So well that they have 12% of kids that can read at their level and 4% in math. I'm sure that's really going to help out this underprivileged neighborhood to not properly educate these kids, so that what will just end up happening is they will end up growing up and believing in all the systemic oppression because they're too dumb to function in society. And the whole time, the systemic oppression was actually the people bitching about the systemic oppression and teaching them garbled woke nonsense instead of actually how to read and do math. And it's just going to get worse, and people are going to get dumber. And yeah, I see this. It's like a sign of the spiral. We're definitely pretty deep into it now. Helping students feel safe and whole is part and parcel of the academic achievement. Again, that's more money we would have. I get that it's more money than we would have liked to have spent. He said, we're in favor of 100% abolishing systems of oppression where they hold our students back. What I do believe is we should pick providers based on their work and how effective they are. Yeah, really effective, with a whopping 12% of students that can read at their grade level and 4% that are proficient in math. Way to go. Yeah, we spent $250,000 for such great results. I'm sure we should just sink more money into it. That seems like that'll work. Biden's got a new nickname, and it doesn't include Brandon this time. Yeah, Biden tries to shake off Genocide Joe epithet, but it could be the issue that sinks him. Yeah, I guess it could be all of them. I don't know. I feel like he's at like a record high disapproval. I mean, that's really doing something. If you're gonna do something, do it all the way, right? Like go hard at it. And speaking of the border shenanigans, we're gonna need audio for this one because we're gonna watch a little video. I thought this was good. Al Sharpton talking about how, and this is part of the narrative flip I was talking about earlier, where basically everybody in the non-mainstream has been talking about a border crisis for 2.5, 3 years now. And the mainstream media has been all about, no, everything's fine. And all of a sudden they realize that like, it's not polling well. And it's really not going to be great for this election year if everybody knows that New York City and Chicago and all these other sanctuary cities and states are just overrun and can't handle anything. So now all of a sudden it's an issue, and they had to put in a giant bill that would have spent a bunch of money and just allowed a bunch of people in without actually securing anything, calling it a security bill. And as soon as the Republicans voted it down, it was instantly like, oh, the border issues, the Republicans' fault. Biden went to so far as to actually, I'll get to that in a little bit. Went as far as to blame Donald Trump, even though literally everything. I mean, remained in Mexico, like everything just got appealed and killed in executive orders. Anyways, let's watch Jesse Jackson say something, or sorry, Al Sharpton, whatever. This dude say something ridiculous. Oh, I should probably turn it
get the public. What is being done to get the public to really rise up in various states to say to their senators that they want to see the borders, the border issue resolved? I mean, you're getting migrants being.
Because I live in Vermont, dude. Why would I call my senator? They don't care. We live in Vermont. We're not a sanctuary state, and we're far enough away, and we don't have big enough incentives for anybody to come here yet. Also, it's cold, like New York, but without the free stuff.
Beating up policemen in the streets in New York. You're seeing an influx of migrants all over the country.
Yeah, which some people have been talking about for 3 years, but this guy just caught up.
That frankly have people outraged. And couldn't there be some kind of public pressure put in the next couple of days in some of these senator states saying, why are you allowing this to continue?
And that's where the bullshit comes in, my friends, because the only person allowing this to continue is the Biden administration, because they're literally all of the policies in place that have allowed this to happen were implemented under Biden, and they're trying to gaslight us into believing that we need more laws, because the only thing to fix not enforcing the laws that we have is clearly more laws. And that has been proven true by both sides of the political spectrum. The main one I would think of is guns. It's already illegal to shoot people, or in most circumstances. Don't be wrong. I do believe in self-defense. That for the most part, it's illegal to shoot somebody, even if you feel threatened, but your life is not in danger a lot of the time, or you didn't properly retreat with inside your own home as the burglar was burglar. The person committing violent crime against you is strolling through your house. You still have to warn them and shit. But still, we want to put in more gun laws, because obviously the only thing not helping the laws work that we have is not just putting more laws on top of them.
Because at the end of the day, senators have to deal with their voters. And at the same time, in the bill, you give money to Gaza.
Yeah, okay. At least he brought up Gaza and Israel. You know, nothing like funding both sides of a war that we shouldn't have any part of.
To civilians in Gaza and Israel. But the border, I mean, we're looking every day at the invasion of migrants, and they're playing a time game with politics on this.
The ironic part, like the real ironic part, that was the kicker right there.
And they're playing. I mean, we're looking every day at the invasion of migrants.
We're looking every day at the invasion of migrants, and they're playing a time game with politics on this. Even though no new laws need to be made, it could be a quick executive order, and he could shut down the border instantly. Even though he'd probably get sued and it would probably get overturned, he could just undo all the executive orders he put into place that led us to this, where it was wide open. And yeah, no, we basically just have a corporate media and a bunch of scumbag politicians saying we need more power. And we need a lot of money for stuff that's not going to do a damn thing. And yeah, it's mind-boggling. Like, reading through this bill was just mind-melting about how fucking stupid the ruling class. They're not even, like, none of these people are normal people anymore. And as we see, because sometimes the internet's right, Joe Biden was ruthlessly mocked on social media for claiming Donald Trump made the border insecure. That's right. That's the narrative we were going to go with that fell really, really flat. And this is the thing that might have worked back before Twitter, before it got X'd. I don't know. But yeah, Joe Biden's recent assertion that Donald Trump is to blame for the lack of border security has sparked some intense criticism from conservatives on social media. along with any normal people whose brains aren't broken. Uh, yeah, the remarks came during Biden's address urging bipartisan support of the Emergency National Supplement Act, border bill facing resistance from GOP lawmakers because it was literally codifying open borders. Biden's statement ignited a firestorm backlash from notable figures such as Elon, Senator Eric Schmidt, accusing him of falsehoods and attempting to manipulate public perception. Musk labeled the assertion as gaslighting, echoing statements shared by many others, because that's exactly what it is. During negotiations, Trump himself used his platform on Truth to rally against the bill, insisting on comprehensive measures to stem what he called an invasion of migrants, as well as Al Sharpton did, and we just watched it. Biden seized upon opposition to the bill, attributing border chaos to Trump and his allies, despite his administration presiding over record-breaking southern border crossings, all of which were stemmed from the flurry of executive orders that Biden signed when he got in. Critics swiftly challenged Biden's narrative, citing statistics from his own term to refute his claims. Conservative voices like the End Wokeness account highlighted escalating border encounters under Biden's watch, contrastingly sharp with the former president's tenure. The only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump, Biden claimed, but the data says otherwise. Biden, the only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump. Illegal border encounters 2023 were 2.4 million. 2022 were 2.3. 2021 was 1.75. 2020, 400,000. And I'm sure it's not that they were scared of COVID. Elon Musk joined the fray, torching Biden with a simple response: "You're being gaslit." Yeah, beyond all means. The backlash extended beyond mere social media commentary, with prominent conservative figures like the Milwaukee. Yeah, I don't care. Every day between now and November, the American people are going to know that Biden is gaslighting them because they remember how much more secure the border was under Trump, and they know Biden undid the very Trump executive orders that made it more secure. But nice try, Gramps. Tweeted chicks on the right. Yep. Absolutely phenomenal gaslighting our president has going on. Just trying to remind everybody that, well, he will blatantly lie about shit like that. We got a ban Donald Trump petition going, and it passed 500,000 signatures, because this, my friends, this right here is how we protect democracy. A petition calling for the former President Donald Trump to be disqualified from holding office under the insurrection clause in the U.S. Constitution has amassed more than 500,000 signatures. It's funny how these people are constitutional experts now, even though nobody's looked at Biden and been like, the 25th might be a thing that we'd have for someone like this. But yeah, Colorado removed him from the ballot and some other shit, and yeah, we'll see what goes on. But yeah, here's a picture of some people with the disqualify Trump sign, because yeah, nothing says like free and fair elections like removing somebody who hasn't been prosecuted or hasn't been found guilty in a court of law over insurrection. This one was interesting. This will come out soon and be interesting. I was kind of surprised Newsweek was talking about it. Joe Biden classified documents report is a huge win for Donald Trump. The expected upcoming release of a report into President Joe Biden's handling of classified documents will be beneficial to Trump no matter what the findings, political experts said. Special counsel Robert Hur could release the findings into Biden's handling of sensitive materials as soon as this week. The White House said to be concerned they could be potentially embarrassing for the president heading into the 2024 election. Or who knows, maybe he'll get prosecuted on them after, like they are trying to do with Trump with his handling of classified documents, even though he was president and possibly has an excuse. And this was while Joe Biden was vice president, and they found it while he was president, so he doesn't really have the same excuse thing going on. Yep, it was New York City going strong. This was a video from this past week. This one's on a clip of whatever stupid show. There we go. It was on Fox, but yeah, of a group of illegal migrants just beating the shit out of some NYPD officers. Yeah, look at them go. Yep, that's where we're at. Is the The best part was the the release photo of the migrant just is flipping off the camera like he was a rapper that got popped on some weed charges or something. I pulled this one up. Yep, no, we went through that one. Oh yeah, the Civil War part. Russia claims Tucker Carlson's interview, Vladimir Putin will spark civil war in the U.S. Vladimir Putin propagandists have claimed his upcoming interview with Tucker Carlson will blow up the U.S. Carlson confirmed on Tuesday he'll be sitting down with the Russian leader in the coming days, insisting it is his duty to inform the public about the ongoing war in Ukraine. Well, I mean, they're not letting state media journalists that we have in the U.S. do it, so I guess somebody independent has to go actually do it. He's become the first Western journalist to interview Putin since before the start of the war in 2022. Pro-Putin broadcasters have welcomed Carlson's commitment to interviewing Putin and suggest the exchange could trigger a conflict in the U.S. One Russia TV commenter remarked, "God willing, there will be a civil war." I mean, we're not really that. That's not really that crazy to even claim anymore. Political scientist Sergey, I'm not even gonna try, told the Russian one, if Tucker dares to broadcast this interview in the United States, first and foremost, this will blow up their informational blockade from within. I mean, he might not be wrong. According to the Russian media monitor founder Julia Davis, Machev expects Putin's interview to be more interesting than any performance by American politicians. I'm interested to see it. I know that. Presenter Vladimir Slavin commented, it will blow them up into pieces. Russian presenters have been vocally supportive of Carlson in the past, using clips from his show as part of their propaganda campaign. Yeah, but they would take any clip from anybody that seemed... The irony of still the claims that Trump is Team Russia, even though Russia didn't do shit when Trump was in office. And they would prefer Biden to win, really. It would be interesting. I'm actually interested. That's part of the reason I'm interested in to see this interview is if he says anything about that. I don't think he's going to directly say it, but it would be interesting to see if he mentions anything about the fact that Russia would absolutely love Biden to win again. As footage of Carlson's visit to Moscow played in the background, however, Evgeny Popov bizarrely commented on the American reporter charging a smartphone via USB port and connected to fast and free Wi-Fi internet. Popov added, American citizens can't even dream about a world of, about such wonders of civilization. That's funny. Yeah, keep talking shit. Though I would love some illegal caviar, just to be clear. Carlson did not say when his interview with Putin would become available, but ex-owner Elon Musk promised to air it in full on the platform. In the video announcing the interview, he claimed to be the only Western journalist curious enough to confront Putin about the war. Comment sparked a furious reaction from colleagues both in the UK and US, with the BBC Moscow correspondent Steve Rosenberg noting he and colleagues have long been trying to get Putin on camera. Rosenberg said, interesting here, Tucker Carlson claimed no Western journalists have bothered to interview Putin since the invasion of Ukraine. We've lodged several requests with the Kremlin in the last 18 months, always a no for us. Maybe it's because you're state-run media. Did anybody think about that? The fact that you're the BBC and you literally work for the government of the UK, who's in opposition to Russia, and Tucker Carlson's independent journalist who's not owned by the Biden administration, probably the same reason any of the American journalists would get denied is because they're all puppets for the state right now. CNN colleague Christine Andapor says, does Tucker really think we journalists haven't been trying to interview President Putin every day since the full-scale invasion of Ukraine? So why are they raising such a hubbub about it if they've been trying the whole time? It almost seems like they're just angry that Tucker got an invite because he's independent and he's not beholden to what CNN wants you to hear. Go figure. It's absurd. We'll all continue to ask for an interview just as we have for years now. Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong. He said that no Western journalists bothered to interview him. But, I mean, if they're not allowed, it's mostly because they're state-run media. Like, they work for CNN, dude. They basically are the propaganda wing of the American government. Russia is currently holding Radio Free Europe Radio Liberty editor, also Kamashov and Wall Street Journal's Evan Grishik in prison for reporting from Russia. Carlson first ended his desire to interview Putin last year when he claimed the Biden administration thwarted his efforts to interview with the Russian leader. He claimed the National Security Agency intercepted his communications and his emails circulated to discredit him. Carlson said, late this spring, I contacted a couple people I thought could help get an interview with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Carlson told his viewers, I told nobody I was doing this other than my executive producer, Justin Wells. Carlson said, the Biden administration found out anyway by reading my emails. In a break with tradition, the NSA issued a statement to deny his allegations. Yeah, they got to deny it because they probably did. The fact, I mean, they have access to all of it. Why would they not be checking out Tucker Carlson's emails? I mean, like, is there like a good, I can't think of a good reason that they wouldn't be monitoring one of the most influential people that are opposed to them. It just seems like normal par for the course stuff, just like they have with lots and lots of other people. Anyways, we're gonna get to watching some GW Foley here in a second. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Yeah, I was debating on going back and watching something old, but there's actually a few I haven't seen. So we're going to start with this one. This one's called Personal Space. And no, I did not do the audio for this. I'm excited to see it though, because this one I haven't seen yet. It's Personal Space by GW Foley. Please go over and subscribe to him and check it out. And G-dubs, let's go. It's really awesome. Oh, that was great. Oh, no, we're not watching other people's sketches. Okay. So the Smith Meh is one I was actually part of. I'm excited to check that out again. We got Pop. I do want to revisit that one. I actually might watch that again in a minute. And I Vote one, which we're not gonna watch, it was just a college product. Where yeah, it was basically for voting at college, like no reason. The mental crisis one was really good. He did a good job at capturing that. But yeah, let's check out Smith Sensation. Then we're gonna go back and watch I Die at the End, which yours truly may have starred in. Well, kind of starred, and I haven't seen it in a while, so be excited to watch that. Go check out The Devil's Lettuce as well if you want to see me act a little bit. I had a good time with that one. G-dubs did a phenomenal job. Absolutely wonderful.
You're a failure. Nothing good ever happens to you, and it never will. Everything is your fault. You're worthless. You're not good at anything. You're horrible. Nobody's ever going to love you. How could they?
This audio is savage.
People you love would be better off without you.
Better mute my mic because it's quiet.
The world would be better off without you. You're a failure. Nothing good ever happens to you, and it never will. Everything is your fault. You're worthless. You're not good at anything. You're horrible. Nobody's ever going to love you. How could they? The people you love would be better off without you. The world would be better off without you. You're a failure. Nothing good ever happens to you, and it never will. Everything is your fault.
It's so brutal.
Worthless. You're not good at anything. You're horrible.
Just a really faint clock in the background.
Nothing good ever happens to you, and it never will. Everything is your fault. You're worthless. You're not good at anything. You're horrible. Nobody's ever going to love you. How could they? The people you love would be better off without you. The world would be better off without you.
So brutal, dude. Capturing depression. Yeah, that's an excellent job he did. I guess we will do the other mental health one. This one's rough too. Self-reflection during a mental health crisis, like absolutely brutal.
I'm going slightly mad. I'm a lucky one. I'm a very lucky one. I'm a lucky one. I'm a very lucky one. I'm a lucky one. I'm a very lucky one.
Have you ever wondered about a raindrop's family?
I'm a lucky one. I'm a very lucky one. I'm a lucky one. I'm a very lucky one. I'm a lucky one. I'm a very lucky one. I'm a lucky one. I'm a very lucky one. I'm a lucky one. I'm a very lucky one.
Have you ever wondered about a raindrop's family?
I'm a lucky one. I'm a very lucky one. I'm a lucky one. I'm a very lucky one.
Yeah, I know. I got all messed up. He doesn't have idea number one about me. Like, what I'm really like. 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 Me. Like, what I'm really like.
Just like a woeful inflated.
Me. Like, what I'm really like. Me. Like, what I'm really like.
Have you ever wondered about a raindrop's family?
Me. 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 Me.
I'm going slightly mad.
Just brutal, bro. So well done. No, we don't need to watch the iVote. No. No, Natalie Winters are going to attract Fleety over on Timcast. Yeah. We're going to watch Smith Meh List. Because I want to rewatch. Oh, yeah, dude. The Coffee Dilemma. I was in that one, too. Oh, look at me just looking fat and depressed. Good Lord. Yeah, version 3. He did it with himself first. And I like that one, but, you know, it's hard not to like the one starring me, too. But yeah, I wanted to watch, it was 2 years ago already. Holy crap. Let's watch a clip.
Fuck, I can do it this time. So what do I choose? Coffee or alcohol? Because coffee keeps me awake, and to stay awake is to be alive and to live with the fact that I'm without you. Live through the endless shallows, I'm sorry that I mutter in the air like a fucking moron. With all the love yous ripping from my soul.
So rough.
But I can still see the reminders of you, so all the good times can flood my head like a broken levee, where I create an ocean, the hope that I drown in. I always said that I love you, and I hope you know that I mean it, because without you my world is gone, and to stay awake is to be alive, and to be alive is to be without you. And I don't know.
A beautifully written poem, by the way. I want to put that out there, is that I almost want to record this music, because it is, damn.
If I can do it, I don't know if I'm strong enough to survive in this world without you. You are everything to me, and my world is empty. You
Slightly more depressed.
you understand that you're the reason why I ate, why I slept, why I breathe, and every breath is painful because breathing is a reminder that I'm alive, and to be alive is to be without you. But I'll never understand how everyone will tell me that everything's going to be okay because they don't know. They
Sorry, that my acting is great so far. Just gonna throw that out there.
they said that before when you were alive, and look how things turned out. And they tell me that everything's going to be okay, and I can't believe them because things aren't okay, and I'm not okay, and I'll never know if I ever will be again. But because be alive is to mean that I'm living without you, and I don't know if I can do that. But do I choose alcohol? Because alcohol is there, and it soothes that pain, and for a brief moment that I feel a little bit better. It numbs the fact that you're not here, but every time I drink, I think of you, and it brings back all those memories, and so I drink a little bit more, and push that down, in hopes that I black out, because maybe if I black out, I'll start to dream about you. And if I dream about you, you're there again, and I can breathe, and I can smell you. And it's
GW's
just
voice
not a
acting's
figment of my
amazing right now.
imagination for a second. I don't know if I can live without you. I don't know if I can live without you. And I want to dream about you. I want to dream about holding you again and understanding that life is about pain. I understand that. But it doesn't help the fact that I can't live without you. And to dream about you is to feel alive, and I don't know if I can feel alive anymore. And maybe I'll just pass out.
I feel like I'm just sitting here watching it, and it's funny because I'm watching myself act 2 years ago. Like, and not to toot my own horn, but I did good enough that GW's work just like, oh, so good.
Not feel anything. And maybe all the booze will help, and maybe these pills that I take will actually do their fucking job. But they don't work. So I go back to the booze. That way I can feel alive. Just for a second, and joke like the way I used to, and see you smile. 'Cause I miss your smile. That's all I want to see again. I just want to see you, and you're gone, and I'm lost without you. And to pass out and to black out, maybe I'll be one step closer to seeing you again, and that way when I wake up in the morning and you'll be there. But I know you won't be there, so I just want to sleep. And the booze helps me sleep. And the booze relieves the pain that I have. Because it hurts when I say I'm sorry.
Side note, not to detract from the art, but I actually kicked that coffee table really hard and it scared the shit out of me during filming because I was worried I might have put my foot through their table.
Because it hurts when I say I'm sorry. It hurts when I say I love you. And to say I love you means that I'm alive, and I don't want to be alive without you. I still hear your footsteps. I still hear... I hear you at 2 o'clock in the morning. When I wake up and expect to see you. But you're not there. And the booze helps with that. So what do I choose? Do I choose to be awake? Where being awake is being without you and living with that fact? Or do I choose to sleep and hope that I dream about you? Because it's a no-win situation. It's a no-win situation. So what do I choose? Someone help me. What do I choose? I don't want to be awake, and I don't want to sleep, because if I sleep, I dream, and if I dream of you, I'll have to wake up at one point, and you'll be gone again.
Still, dude, it invokes emotion still, like, it's such a good job. I maybe want to watch the original again, though. But yeah, we're going to watch I Die at the End and then Smith Man. This one I was really proud of. I felt like I did a great job, and I'm pretty proud of the acting that went into this. And Treen, and if I mispronounced your name, you won't see this anyways. Here, did phenomenal jobs. Dude, he's such a good actor. Pierre's the shit. That sorrow was so good. To be clear, I do die at the end. Not spoiler warning. I like how like this totally like it had such a old school classic like 1920s feel to the scene where he grabs me by the collar. Yep, produced and directed by G.W. Foley. Yep, Kristen Bailey, Pierre Rochon, and Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna watch the last one. This is Smith Meh. This is the brand new project. I actually went and well, I didn't. Kyle Hickory went and did a warm-up set for this. So did Pierre Rochon. We had a great time. And this is essentially GW trying to do a very unfunny set. And part of it he didn't do well on because he actually told one of the fucking greatest jokes he's ever told. And it was so hysterical that I'm pretty sure he'd chop it up so it seemed unfunny. But yeah, for the most part, he did a set that was just like, oh Jesus, where's this going?
Me?
No.
Oh, you're gonna introduce me, and then
I'm introducing second and introducing you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna introduce Kyle now.
Yeah.
He's gonna introduce you.
Okay.
You know, like
What do you want?
whatever.
Do you want to be anything odd, or just want to be straight? Like
Straight.
Like we normally would do when we.
Yeah. Yeah. Straight like you would normally do.
Come to the stage. My good friend, national touring comic, good friend of mine, we've worked together a long time. Please give it up for the very funny G.W. Foley, everybody.
All right. Jazz band stops. We're good. We're great. So I got really excited to do this tonight. Trying some new stuff. Now, normally, when you're recording specials, it's your prime grade A material. I wrote everything this weekend. So I don't know if it's gonna. I'm just saying. I'm a 40-year-old college student. So apparently my midlife crisis is really awful. I could have gotten a car, you know, a nice fancy car, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna take a couple $100,000 out for student loans. Oh hey, there's the jazz band again. Fuck. It's great music though. It's fitting. It's fitting. So little thing about college that I realized. is there's significantly less college sophomores. Yeah, I worked so hard on this body, I got diabetes. The one thing I will say is I am jealous of the jocks and the athletes here at school. It's well, and see, here's the thing. Like, I talk a big game, but I love my wife, and I would never cheat on her because she is fantastic. She is incredible. I'd be like, I'm ready, and I'd be like, I'm not. I am not emotionally prepared enough for this. So yeah, which is good because, like, here's the thing, like. Feel the jazz. And it got me thinking, what else are these tissues good for? I realized I should have peed before this. Like, this isn't a joke. I'm just talking generally. But does anyone here have friends that are like really big into like fitness? I'm the only one. Yeah. Wait for it. There we go. Time for the punchline. Awful.
And yes, this was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
How to take the mood down a bit. Someone asked me about 9/11, and I got choked up. And they're like, "Do you remember 9/11?" I looked at them and I said, "No." I'm gonna leave you at this one joke. I love this joke. It's my favorite joke. No, not that one. No, I'll tell this one. Okay. Now, I was always under the understanding that it was a medical procedure, so it shouldn't count. That's not funny. It looked like a rodeo bowl. And I said, okay. So thank you very much, everybody. I'm good. So we can cut the cameras now.
Yeah, it's a great name for it. Even though I was not actually in it, I did have a camera. Gonzo, Lily Doughton, and Brandon Burmeister. They were great team. Written, produced, and directed by W.M. Smith, also known as G.W. Foley. Yeah, phenomenal piece of work. I'm gonna share one last thing before we get out of here, because nobody's here anyways. Who cares? Blame It on the Whiskey. I did retrack the vocals, and I'll probably do it at least twice more before this one's ready, because I don't think I'm gonna release this anytime soon. But it's gonna be, once I get it finished, it'll just kind of sit in the back burner, and it'll be like ready for like whenever the time is right. And we need a controversial song about a cowboy receiving a whole handful of love.
Fluffed up, I know them hands are weapons. You've been beating off them young bucks. I don't even know what to say. Wish I could fast forward to night today. I've been fucking around all over town. You'll find out why I walk this way. Got a little something to tell you, something I can tell anyone else. Gotta show you how I feel deep inside, show you how I've really felt. You look at me that way, wanna scream it out all day. Girl, you got them smooth hands, rub them moisturizing deep. No, I got the smooth plan. One of us gets knuckle deep. If you want a rodeo, baby, you should fist me. You don't have to say no, or maybe just blame it on the whiskey. Whoa, yeah. Just blame it on the whiskey. So good in that pale moonlight, them jeans and that ass are looking tight. Not just talking about you, I'm talking about me, and you know I'm nothing but damn right. Let's get up in that lift two-seater, pop some tops with matching beaters, back a bowl and fill some holes. I'm all American cake and pie eater. Got something to tell you, something I couldn't anyone confide. Gotta bury it real down deep and get in touch with my feminine inside. You look at me that way. This is what I'm gonna say. Well, you got them smooth hands, rub them moisturizing deep. No, I got a smooth plan. One of us gets knuckle deep. If you want a rodeo, baby, you should fist me. You don't have to say no, or maybe just blame it on the whiskey. Whoa, yeah. Just blame it on the whiskey. Could you fill up my queechy gorge as I rise up like tears leave? Find us a new life to forge. Bury your whole handful of love deep, 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 deep into me. Well, you got them smooth hands, rub them moisturizing deep. No, I got a smooth plan. One of us gets
There's a rap track I'm working on that I'll be doing with some boys. I just laid down the chorus, so I'm not sure if it's actually going to work. Actually, like 5 minutes before the show started, so I was recording this chorus. The song is going to be called Smoke Green, maybe.
I don't keep it clean, I keep it green. My front fucking yard is my fucking team. Rapping that stinks like Morganite, has a pocket full of that premium weed. Smoke that green, I grow that green, I lay down stripes, you know what I mean. A pocket full of the dopest bud and a field full of the dopest KBG.
Yeah, so not really working, but the beat's dope. Let's see, I also laid down here. This one I want to listen to. Before we get out of here, this will be April's drop. Cosmopolitan should be out soon.
Little Kevin blown up before, but this sucks just that much more. Cause you were pretty, yeah, pretty fucking hot. I know I met you at the end of the night, and guess I said something not right, but you're a picture found its way to the background of my desktop. Bartender, you could fill my cup, cause this last college you never showed up. So pour a drink and color cap, 2 more shots and I'm back to the bed. Play some guitar, pretend I'm not sad, smoke a fat blunt and pass out with my lab. I guess I must have fucked up. It's 3 a.m. and she never showed up. I'm no Brad Pitt, I don't look that great. I'm a bit narcissistic and a little overweight, but I'm not disfigured. And
this is the pop version. There will be an actual pop punk version too.
I could never cut to the chase like you. What did I miss? You take me around the edges and you seal me with a kiss. I bundled up and I paid you shipping fee. Marked an address on the box, but it didn't belong to me. I give you B+, it was written on your report. You tried to package me up and you tried to sell me short. Well, I realized that you probably deal with them people of my sort, but I came pre-packed with a bow so you could sell me short.
Did redo the lyrics on the punk version. This is the Uncle Dad version of Cosmopolitan. The hip hop version by MC Molasses, pop version by MC Molasses will be coming out the same day. It should be in 2 weeks, I think, the 14th, 21st February. But yeah, this and the pop punk version from Uncle Dad and the pop version from MC Molasses will be dropping on the same day, as with every year this month. We'll be releasing songs in tandem. This is Cosmopolitan 2.0 from Uncle Dad 2.0, which the full album will get like released at the end of the year after all the songs have been dropped, and that way people can buy it for cheap.
Lately it seems I don't know what to believe. Difference between a dream and a dream was just a day in between. Well, it used to be clean back when my heart was free, but you were perfectly horrible, straight to the teeth. Since if you're cosmopolitan, tell yourself that you're better than all of them, but at the end of the day you failed. You were one freely toyed for, one stupid silly boy, and at the end of the day tonic engine. Tell myself I'll never be a horse again. I'm so sick of all the tales. Sincere, cosmopolitan. Tell yourself that you're better than all of them, but in your heart you know you failed. See, I'm not so keen. I'm trying to be seen. I can't just find the means. Baby, I'm in between. I don't know what you mean, and this really isn't my scene. I wish I could explain to you exactly how I feel. Sincere, cosmopolitan. Tell yourself that you're better than all of them, but at the end of the day you failed. You were one freely toy for one stupid silly boy, and at the end of the day he failed. So I said, sip a tonic engine. Tell myself I'll never be a horse again. I'm so sick of all the tales.
Yeah, no, pretty excited about that. And then yeah, that's the funny. I love playing these for friends because they're always like blown away that it's the same song. 'Cause to me, it's like clearly as shit that it's the same song. But
Lately it seems I don't know what to believe. Tip between a dream and a dream, just a day in between. Well, it used to be clean back when my heart was free. But you were perfectly horrible, straight to the T. Sincere, cosmopolitan. Tell yourself that you're better than all of them, but at the end of the day you failed. You were one freely toy for one stupid silly boy, and at the end of the day he bailed. So I say it's a tonic engine. To myself I'll never be yours again. I'm so sick of all the tales. Sincere, cosmopolitan. There's a
yeah, no, some bangers coming out. We're doing it, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, John Wick's in there. Lon Wick is the actual name. Getting ready for the live show. I'm excited. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, that's all I got for this one. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. A very interesting episode by myself. Next week will be Valentine's Day. Hopefully hanging out with Pierre or GW for a fat bromance Valentine's. And yeah, the week after, I said it was a paranormal investigator. That's 2 weeks after. That's 28th. 21st, I'm actually going to be on here for like 15-20 minutes. And I'm going to cut over. I'm going to be on the Media Virus podcast. So that'll be exciting to go meet someone else and hang out and discuss politics and news and shit. It'll be really interesting. Probably chatting with someone who's, I don't know, I'm assuming Media Virus. I'm going to assume they're on a similar wavelength where they don't trust a single fucking word that's said in the mainstream media. And it could be interesting. They could be anywhere, like, I don't know. They could be anywhere from like crazy conspiracy driven to alt-right to, I don't know, broken liberal. I have no idea. I'm very excited. It'll be fun. It'll be an interesting conversation, and hopefully I'll be in touch with Gina Diamond. We'll be able to get her rescheduled because I would love to. I got a lot of questions to ask her. I was actually really excited about asking her about the Connecticut thing because part of me is just like, dude, high school kids can be high school kids. And I was very excited about asking her on her opinion on Dylan Mulvaney, to be honest. That was, that's one I'm really looking forward to, and to see if he thinks he's legitimate or not. Cause I think, I think Dylan's playing it, but that's all I got. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I'm of course Hickard, the Drunk and Underwhelming. This has been the Drunk and Under Quarantine show, or I did it again. This has been TDAU Live, episode 12, Insane Border Bill, Civil War, Tucker, and Woke Kindergarten. And I will see you guys next week. Till then, stay safe, stay underwhelming. Most importantly, in these trying times, stay sane. I'll see you guys then. Drunk Magician out. Cheers.
Above all else, I just want to say thank you. Have a beautiful night. Drunk Magician out. Cheers. Now let's get the credits. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate the help. Cause this is a show I do by myself. I produce the shit myself.